By squeezing the freshly cut cane and using a refractometer, the farmer can precisely measure the sucrose content in the field.
We need to harvest this section today before the rains arrive.
Confirmed. I've updated the system.
This massive harvester cuts the sugarcane stalks close to the ground, the first step in the modern sugar production process.
The journey begins here in the field. These massive harvesters slice the cane and chop it into manageable pieces, ready for the mill. Modern harvesters efficiently cut and chop the sugarcane, discharging the fibrous material directly into waiting trucks for transport to the factory.
Once harvested, the sugarcane is loaded into massive haulage trucks, ready for transport to the processing factory.
Pull forward to the line. Wait for the green light before proceeding to the hopper. Once the cane arrives at the mill, the first step is weighing the loaded trucks to determine the gross weight before processing. The hydraulic tippler engages, lifting the entire truck to efficiently unload the sugarcane directly into the processing stream.
Once the cane arrives, it is immediately broken down by these heavy-duty rotating mechanisms. This initial shredding process breaks the cane into smaller, more manageable fibers, known as bagasse. To ensure purity, powerful overhead magnets remove any stray metal fragments before milling. This is crucial for the next stage of processing.
Here in the milling station, the shredded cane is squeezed under immense pressure, releasing the sucrose-rich liquid. The first step in sugar production is milling. Here, massive rollers crush the sugarcane to extract the raw juice.
The partially crushed sugarcane, known as bagasse, is transported by conveyor belts to the next set of heavy-duty mills for further juice extraction. After the crushing, the remaining fibrous material, known as bagasse, is sent via conveyor to be used as fuel for the factory's boilers.
The bagasse is continuously fed through a series of heavy rollers. Water is sprayed onto the fibers to aid in...
The sugarcane is fed through a series of massive steel rollers, which crush and extract the raw, sugary...
The heavy steel rollers crush the bagasse, releasing a torrent of vibrant, greenish-yellow juice.
The bagasse is thoroughly washed with hot water here, ensuring all remaining sucrose is rinsed out before the fibers are collected for fuel. Next, the bagasse undergoes a diffusion process. Hot water is sprayed over the fibers, dissolving the remaining sugar.
Here we see the raw sugarcane juice flowing directly from the mills. It is quickly heated, generating the processed bagasse, now dry and fibrous, is transported along massive conveyor belts to be used as biofuel for the factory's boilers.
In the milling station, water is sprayed over the bagasse as massive rollers press out the raw juice.
The next step is milling. The crushed cane enters these heavy-duty rollers, extracting raw juice which is then collected for...
The bagasse is now rinsed with hot water, a crucial step to wash out the sugar before the milling is complete. After the final pressing, the dry, fibrous residue, known as bagasse, is discharged onto a conveyor belt.
The raw juice arrives from the mills and is heated in these large vats, preparing it for the clarification process.
The rotating vacuum filter efficiently separates the clear juice from the fibrous impurities, which are then scraped off.
The sugarcane juice is heated and clarified, turning this rich amber color before moving to the evaporators.
The juice is rapidly heated using steam, typically reaching around 75 degrees Celsius, preparing it for the next stage of evaporation.
The clarified juice must maintain a neutral pH level, typically around 7.0, before moving to the next stage. Here we see the thick, muddy residue separated during clarification being discharged from the pipe. This is often referred to as filter cake. This thick, dark residue, known as molasses, is then pumped away for further processing or storage.
Here, the sugarcane juice is heated under pressure, a critical step before the crystallization process begins.
Inside these large tanks, the sugarcane juice is vigorously boiled, evaporating the water and concentrating the solids. Here, inside the crystallization tank, the sugar molecules begin to bind together, forming the raw crystals as the syrup cools.
The juice is heated and sent through a series of these large multiple effect evaporators.
The remaining mud is washed and filtered, recovering any sucrose before the residue is discarded. Inside the factory, the thick, muddy residue is churned in large vats, allowing the clear juice to be drawn off the top. Here we see the mechanical dewatering stage, where the vibrating screen effectively separates the valuable sugar liquid from the filter cake.
Inside the factory, the raw sugar syrup undergoes advanced clarification, removing impurities before crystallization.
To maintain efficiency, the rollers must be constantly scraped clean of accumulated mud and impurities.